HQ calling Team November. Got a lady here says she's a Desert Ranger, part of Angela Death's advance team, with an important message. Gonna hold her here till you get back. Copy. Well, as far as I could tell, she's the real deal. Showed us her Ranger star and everything. We're making her comfortable in the war room. She'll be here when you get back. Affirmative, Rangers. And before I forget, the guys and gals in R&D have put together some new tech. You should head back to HQ and see for yourselves. Over and out.
Welcome back, Rangers!
A tomb of gold!
Have you found victory yet, Rangers? Tell me. Dealt with? How? Good. He's done enough damage as it is. He was my heir, if you can believe it, until I realized he was never going to grow out of hurting people. Exiling him was the best of two bad options. The families wanted his head. Still, anyway, I promised you a reward. Here it is. Now, what else? Talk then. I told you before, my hands don't shake. No. I don't need some muscle-headed mercenaries giving me medical advice. I have doctors for that. Now drop it. Fine. Ask them. Fine. Come back with results.
Colorado Patriot?
We ain't dying here after all.
Don't jinx it. We ain't home yet. They put us back on rotation, we'll get plenty of chances.
Better than sitting around here. Came all the way to Colorado. Guess I'd like to see some of the place before we go home again.
Yeah, all I've seen so far is cold walls and locked doors. Hey, it's our rescuers.
So glad you both made it, Loka.
Thanks, Belle.
We're a couple of old survivors, but we'd be dead if it wasn't for you guys. So thanks.
Maybe some of our survivors' luck will rub off on you now. Return the favor, right? I'm fine, except I ain't been warm since I got out of that cooler. I want to make a bonfire and curl up in it, and I ain't sure even that would be enough.
Yeah, I'm all right too. My bruises are turning interesting colors, but they always do that.
I guess you know what you're doing, but I got family dying back home, so whatever gets us to paid is what I want. The quicker, the better.
I wouldn't piss on this patriarch fuck if he was on fire.
Me neither. Pendejo can rot for all I care.
But if doing his dirty work saves Arizona, well then, I say we hold our noses and do it.
I'm an Atchison. Rail Nomad was just coming together when Ranger Citadel got nuked. Now, Now it's worse than it ever was. Atchisons and Topekans at each other's throats, fighting over all the food we ain't got. Gonna be nobody left there if we don't get back soon.
I got no people except the Rangers. They took me in when no one else would. I can't fail them. I just can't.
Stay strong, November.
Lieutenant Train Zhang, Rangers. I've brought a message from Angela Death. Yep. I bet we just miss each other back home. My husband, Jason, and I left California with Colonel Death when she returned to AZ. Jason opened his gun shop at HQ, and I signed on. Then Angela picked me for the Colorado Advance team, and I've been here ever since. Missing Jason like crazy, but that's the life of a Ranger, right? My real name is Connie. But my husband always calls me Choo Choo Train. 'Cause my maiden name was Choo. Somehow, the other guys in my unit found out about this, and now everybody calls me Train. I'm getting used to it. Colonel Death has info for you that's too sensitive for the airwaves. She wants a face-to-face. Sent me to arrange it. She doesn't have much reason to trust you, does she? Despite her showing you the Patriarch's bad side, you're still following his orders. She's not going to put her head in the lion's mouth. We're doing what we have to take care of Arizona, okay? She understands that. All she wants is a chance to speak her piece. But, as I was saying, if you want to meet her, it'll have to be on neutral ground. Colonel Death will give you the details, but Liberty Buchanan is getting ready to make her move on her father. And the army she's assembled, well, let's just say they're probably not going to be very worried about collateral damage. The Colonel has intel that will help you stop Liberty before she pulls the trigger. The House of the Hoon family. Just your squad. Nobody else. Will you come? Thanks, Rangers. I'll be here until you get back.
Team November, we've got trouble. Scar collectors are attacking the perimeter at multiple points. We're coordinating the defense now, but we need all hands on deck.
Will do.
Stay sharp.
Rangers, come out and play! Liberty says, thanks for dealing with her brothers. Now, deal with this. Let's party! Can't get me now, fucker!
you want to brawl, knock yourselves out.
Suffer the same fate! escape!
Hey, cut it out!
marked for death.
Sorry, was that me? Oh, kind of burns the eyes, huh?
Damn hobo. If it was up to me, you'd be dead by now.
Huh?
Couldn't even sell you as a slave.
Hey, now, what's coming out of your mouth is worse than what's coming out of my ass. You better check yourself.
It's only because I check myself every day that you aren't dead.
Psycho! Oh, come on! It's just so bad! No! You'll just grab me and try to choke me again!
Now, what do you mean again? I was just giving you a hug last time.
Then why do I still have bruises on my neck?
I'm so fucking bored!
Amazing, Rangers! You saved Rook and La Loca. That's no easy feat. No one could do that. Absolutely no one. But you. Just amazing.
Rangers! I'm dying in here. Give me a book, huh?
Make sure it has pictures.
Yeah, lots of pictures. Thanks, little brother. Can I have a knife, Rangers? I promise not to cut anybody with it. I just want to flip it a little.
No one's going to give us knives, Vic.
Not with that attitude. Hey, do you think Daddy's going to come visit me?
Yes, is he?
All right, I forgot Val's here. That wouldn't come visit me either. Fucking bored, fucking bored.
Would you please shut the hell up?
Bored, fucking bored, bored.
Shut the fuck up!
Rangers, Val's swearing at me.
You guys have the best jail. No, seriously. You saved a bunch of hostages in Aspen. That's amazing. Hopefully the 100 families will finally show you the respect that you all deserve.
Priscilla Reed always used to pick on me, so I don't really care that she's dead. But my father will. He can't afford to piss off the 100 families. And especially not Gwendolyn Reed.
You saved Priscilla Reed, and everyone needs to thank you for that. Thank you, November. Thank you. Of course you saved those two little girls. You're Team November, the best Rangers who ever lived.
You can't cage my soul, Rangers.
If you want me to free your soul, just ask, Val.
Just ask. You saved Violet Reed, and everyone needs to
So
thank
you
you
saved
for that.
all the 100
Thank you,
family
November.
hostages.
Thank you.
I'm impressed. But my dad won't be. He'll still say you could have done it better. Trust me, Rangers. You can't win. Not with my dad. Violet Reed always used to pick on me. So I don't really care that she's dead. But my father will.
I'm pleased you were able to rescue so many of your comrades in Aspen. Time to take some chances and expand man's horizons. I wonder if there will be conflict. There's no more exhilarating feeling than being shot at with no result.
Colonel Death will be along just as soon as I make sure you're all here. And you haven't brought along any unexpected guests. Can't be too careful these days, right? That's not important. Just make sure you're ready to meet Colonel Death. Well, looks like everyone's here who's supposed to be here, so I'll give her a ring. 1 sec. All clear. Come ahead.
Hey now, cowboys. Face to face at last. And just as handsome as I thought you'd be. Remember when you chose to follow the Patriarch's orders instead of saving those folks Erastus threatened to slaughter? I figured we'd meet here so you could see what was left of him. I know Woodson told you to do Buchanan's bidding, but to my mind, it ain't the Ranger way to help the powerful ahead of the helpless. 'Cause things like this happen. Just something to keep in mind as you hear me out. Good eye, Doc. It's definitely put a hitch in my talk box. But no thank you. I got it under control. This and my fake leg are souvenirs from when my chopper got shot out of the sky over Long Beach, California. Good times. Since you've obviously got the skills to use them, here, I got a few extra med kits on me. Try not to use them all at once. Well, ain't you polite? Hope that bodes well. Now, what with you not taking Saul's sons out like I asked, I'm guessing we've got different ideas about how things in Colorado should play out. But I'm still hoping you'll come around, November. So here's the deal. As my friends and I see it, 2 things gotta happen to save the people of Colorado from tyranny and slaughter. First, Liberty and the gang she's gathered out east have to be eliminated. And second, Scar collectors. Well, well, speak of the devil and her minions shall appear. Looks like Liberty overheard our rendezvous call. Guess we'll have to deal with this before we continue.
Beam of destruction!
incoming.
Show you how it's done.
Fuck the Patriarch!
Got around him.
As my friends and I see it, 2 things gotta happen to save the people of Colorado from tyranny and slaughter. First, Liberty and the gang she's gathered out east have to be eliminated. Second, and you're gonna love this, the Patriarch's gotta go too. I love the people of Arizona. Arizona is my home. But are you willing to save lives there at the expense of lives here? Are you okay sending home food spattered with innocent blood?
They're not just people to me, Colonel. You're talking about letting my family die. My mom and my dad.
You think I don't have family back home? You think it's not gonna kill me if they die? But this is about everybody's family, the greater good. Listen, the Rangers have fought tyranny since the beginning, without compromise. How can we continue to do that if we take handouts from a tyrant? How can we pretend we're heroes if we do his dirty work to get it? Sorry, I had this argument with General Woodson 100 times. A sure deal was more important to him than a moral one. That's why the advance team went dark and decided to do this on our own. Of course, it turned out we couldn't do it on our own, which is why we were so happy when you showed up, and why we're here now, asking you for help. Thanks for hearing me out. Let's talk about Liberty first. I've got to hand it to her. Daddy's little girl has done the impossible. She's united the boldest and baddest warlords of the Eastern Plains, and she's getting ready to lead them into Colorado. When she does, well, that'll be the end of this place. Every man, woman, and child from here to the Rockies will be killed, enslaved, or taken as a sacrifice, and their houses and towns burned to the ground. None of us want that, right? Oh, I don't mind about that, so long as you change your mind about him after. So, glad to hear it. So here's the plan. Part 1, help Ironclad Cordite take control of Liberty's gangs. Then, Part 2, let him lead them all off to Kansas, where he can achieve his blood-soaked destiny without getting any on us. I know you've got him on ice back at Ranger HQ. Well, it's time to dust him off and put him to good use. Now, I'm guessing y'all have some questions. Pete and Brother Thomas came back with me from LA, and Tax from Arizona. These others are locals who have various gripes against the Patriarch. We trained them up as best we could. Nicer bunch of folks you'll never find. Pretty simple, really. The Patriarch has spies watching Liberty's compound. If you show up, those spies will think you're there on Daddy's behalf, and they'll be happy to see you. If we show up, our plan is revealed, yeah? And that would give the Marshals a chance to button up Colorado Springs before we make our attack. They'd be waiting for us. Now that's gonna be a fight. Basically, while you're taking care of Liberty, my team will be in Colorado Springs, softening the ground. Once you finish up out there, you'll come back and help us corner the man and bring him down. Our primary concern, other than ending the bloody reign of the Buchanans, is minimizing civilian casualties. That means you've got to ride herd on your crew and watch who you ally yourself with. For instance, we don't want the gangs coming to the party. If Cordite wants to come along and get his revenge on the Patriarch, fine. but he leaves his army at home, no matter how tight a hold he thinks he's got on them. We want to be the good guys here, so we've got to do this clean. Rape and pillage is a surefire way to turn people against their liberators. Keep the peace, keep things fair. I don't see the Rangers running things. I see our job as keeping the playing field even. There's always a lot of weasels that come out of the woodwork after a big man falls, trying to grab a piece of the pie. So we're just gonna hang around, and every time a weasel pops their head up, we'll whack them. At the same time, whenever somebody comes along who tries to take care of the people, all the people, we'll help them out. But we ain't gonna be anybody's muscle. We'll answer to the people, nobody else. I admit that'll be a temptation, but we're gonna try to fight against it. I don't know what a good leader is gonna look like, but I sure as hell know what a bad one looks like. Weeding the garden, that's what we'll be doing. Just weeding the garden. All right then, what's it gonna be? More than are being hurt now? Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm gonna give you Liberty's location anyway. No matter what future we want, she's gotta be stopped, right? All I ask is, when you're finally standing face to face with her, please at least consider dealing with her our way and put a bullet between her eyes. Everything else we talked about, well, let your conscience be your guide. Good luck, cowboys. We'll talk again when Liberty's taken care of.